I love to get into the bottom. We're standing in this all day. This is our foundation right here. If we are a building, this is the basement. This is the foundation. It is taking the brunt of everything that we're doing. We're just doing that. And I like to flip it over and get along the sides in here. Just delivering heat into this area. You could even get into the Achilles tendon area still. We get there. People who have plantar fasciitis usually love how this feels because it's a great way to get into the tissue, but you don't have to use a ton of pressure. You're just delivering heat, which really helps those achy feet. Feels really good. So I have it cupped in my hand like this. I'm using the smooth side. I'm kind of just doing circles along the heel here. And if I feel like it's getting cold, that's all right. I'm going to switch it out with a warmed up rock. Just keep delivering. So we have a lot thicker skin in the heel, as I'm sure we all know and are aware of. So I actually like to do this for a bit longer than I would in other areas. I really want that heat to just penetrate through here. So even though I was using these rocks and getting into the side, which is a big concern, I could switch this out for a bigger rock. There we go. Going along into here. Keeping in mind, bigger rock, more heat, longer heat. Here, feel how it is. Yes. Now I'm starting to feel that heat get into the tissue, which is really good. A beautiful pairing I like to do with hot stones is hot towels. That is something I love using throughout as well, especially if you have someone on the table that just loves the use of heat during the massage. So I would do hot stone massage, do all the feet, and then when I'm done, I would take a hot towel and I would apply it to the entire foot as well. And it usually just feels so relaxing. It feels great. And I find that with the tissue having oil on it, the tissue having water with heat, it penetrates the tissue a lot more than a dry heat does as well. So if you have someone who has deep aches, having the hot towels, the hot stones with the oil and water is going to penetrate a lot better too. Either way, it feels great. So now I'm just getting into the sole of the foot, moving it around in a big general circle. Nothing too specific at this point. Again, just delivering heat to the area, introducing the tissue to the stone itself. Now this rock is a particularly bigger rock. You can still do some specific work with it, which this is fun. So some people find 2 point specific work done on the feet to be uncomfortable, in which case a bigger, broader rock does feel a bit nicer. But you could still go and grab that other rock that I used earlier on the back near the hip area. That was just shaped like this. So any rocks that you have that has a bit more point to it, you could be getting more into the tissue, a lot more specific. Maybe hanging out in an area, getting it to let go and feeling how that is. It's really nice. You really get a lot more point specific with this. And if you're still unsure of how it feels, again, just use your own tissue, use your own fingers or thumb, see if it's responding the way that you want. And if you feel anything, then go ahead. Focus a bit more on it. I always like to do general little circles, trying to motivate it out. And again, a little bit because I don't want the rock too much just sitting on the tissue applying heat. If you are concerned, if you are going to do that, and you are concerned that maybe it's too hot, you could always just ask, Catherine, is this too hot for you? It's perfect. I love that. That is great. And if she were to say, hey, you know what, that actually is too hot? Okay, cool. I can either use a different part of the stone. I can use my thumb, my fingers, my elbow. There's so many other things that you can do. So if your client ever does say that they don't like that particular thing that you're doing, cool, switch it up, change it out. Don't get stuck in your head about, that's what I was going to do though. It's fine. There's so many other ways you could address it. Just continue with your flow. Continue giving them the best treatment that you can. Outside of the foot here is a beautiful spot to just get into. Just applying heat to it, really. And then moving down into the pad of the foot. I like to have my hand here because with the foot, it's not too thick. It's not like the leg. So with this, when I'm applying here, I can actually feel it on my palm and fingers. So I love getting into here and just reading, again, what the tissue's telling me. I can feel the metatarsals as they're moving beneath my hand, onto my palm. See which, if any of them aren't moving as easily as the other ones are. Also just how the tissue's responding. It's a nice way to just get sensory feedback about what you're doing. And again, sometimes I might mix a little massage into here. And you could do this with stones too. A little bit more difficult, maybe not as efficient. Doing a bit of some figure eights. Luckily, if these guys hit each other, they're a little bit smaller, so their little clanks aren't as loud. So spread them apart. Spread the tissue apart. You could have it just sit there. And then just like the hands and the fingers, I'm going to grab 4 little stones. Sorry, thinking of the thumb and how it's out here. I'm going to grab 4 little stones. Place them between the little toes. Just like so. The nice thing is, we don't usually grip too many things with our feet, so you don't really need to remind your client not to grip these stones. Most people's toes are quite compacted together, pretty close, so these already are quite firmly hanging onto those toes. Onto those toes. They've got a grip on their toes, a grip on these little stones. Check in to see if they're too hot because they do have such a good grip. Catherine, how are these little stones? Are they okay? Wonderful. So we've got those there. You can do other areas if you like, but I always love to finish it off, taking off the stones, and doing just a little bit of traction at the end just to finish everything up. I always do this so I don't lose my grip because this is very oily. Remember, we've added a lot of oil to the whole area. Just do a little tug.